All right, live from the Mike Price team, Mr. Ron Vitello on the call today. How you doing, Ron?
Good. Thank you very much. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you today. Well, the reason we're introducing Ron because Ron is the newest member on the Mike Price team. So, Ron, we are thrilled to have you, bud.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Ron and I have been talking for quite a while, and we've got some mutual friends in the business. And I won't do all the talking. Ron, tell us a little about you. I know you've been a top producer for a long time down in Florida, killing it down there, and you moved up here. And just tell us a little bit about yourself, and how'd you get here?
Well, I was in the mortgage business for about 8 years prior to real estate, and I've been doing real estate for what's about a dozen years now in South Florida. I made the move here because all my family's here, and it's the first time we've all been in one place at the same time.
Wow.
And so I decided it was time for a change, and I wanted to make a move. So I came back. This is sort of my second stint here because I was here back in the early 2000s, but I came back, this time just to be closer to family and, start over pretty much from scratch.
So a lot of family up here. The Four Seasons, I'm sure the Atlanta offers is is attractive. We're in a cold one right now. So Ron, being in being here where near your family, and being in having the opportunity to produce again at a high level has got to be exciting. Tell us why you chose, to be with us. We're very thankful for you. And then why'd you choose? There's a lot of brokerages out there. What swayed you over here to this particular brokerage, eXp?
Well, when I was living in Florida, I was doing some coaching for a couple years, and through that coaching business or that coaching company, excuse me, I met quite a few people. I was in a lot of big rooms with a lot of top producers from pretty much all over the country, and I found a lot of them were with eXp, and so I befriended quite a few people, and one in particular, Jesse Zagorski, who I've stayed in contact with, and has just been a great friend and a mentor, and always there when I needed him. And he showed me the model. Actually, it's funny. He showed me the model probably about a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I just, wasn't there yet. And so now that I came to Atlanta, I figured, let me, give Jesse a call to put me in contact with some, high producing agents, some teams, and let me go and, be where I can learn from the best. So that's how Jesse put me in touch with you. He actually put me in touch with quite a few people here in Georgia. So I did my due diligence, and I had a great connection with you. We had lunch a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
We're both big live music fans, which is great.
That's right.
So I felt a good connection with you, and I felt that with all of the tools that eXp has to offer, also coming onto your team, I thought I could, bring my production up to another level. So I thought that, jumping on a team with eXp and you here in Georgia was definitely the way to go.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, man. I mean, yeah, Jesse's awesome. Thanks, Jesse, for the awesome referral. And like you said, we connected. I felt like we connected right away. Both of us have a passion for music and concerts and like to go do that. I'm sure there's a lot of those in our future, but the number one thing right now is how many, how can we serve our clients at the highest level? And one of the things that I liked about you when we met, well, one of the many things was that you really, it wasn't really about the money. Of course, there's got to make money, but it was more about the experience that your clients have had in the past. You talked about that a lot. Tell me a little bit about, your philosophy on how working with clients. I mean, we get paid when we do well, but it's really about taking care of people's needs. So I'd like to hear a little bit about how you look at that process.
Well, it's funny. I got my license in 2010, which is probably the worst possible time to jump into real estate. But back then I did it, more or less for the money. And I think as I gradually stayed with it and kept doing it more and more, I learned along the way through coaching and through my own experiences that is, if you take care of people, the money will follow. So it became more about, helping people, and it made me feel good. And of course, at the end of that, at that journey, there was always, a nice paycheck. But I felt that I built a lot of great rapport with a lot of people. And like I told you a couple of times when we were talking, I was getting referrals in the midst of a deal that hasn't even closed yet because
Yeah.
I was helping, I had some tough deals, and I think the one thing that I did learn, was a lot of patience in the business because, as you know, we need a lot of patience. And
Yeah.
I found that in South Florida, I dealt with many different nationalities, religions, you name it. So, my database was like the UN. I mean, it was like every nationality. So I think with dealing with international clients and people of different religions and different cultures, it has taught me so much, to help different people. And I've learned so many, different things and great lessons from, different clients along the way that I was able to help. So, through that, you have to have a lot of patience. So I realized that, patience was the best quality to have in real estate. And the other thing that I learned that I didn't learn in the beginning is, embrace the problems and just, run with it because there's always going to be like a hiccup or something. So I started to learn how to deal with that a lot better, and it just helped me close more deals and meet more people and just get in front of more people. So that has been instrumental. The patience and dealing with so many different types of people that led me to love real estate and do it more for the helping side than just for the money.
Well, you said it. I mean, it's all about helping people. And, one of the things I've embraced is, when people are buying or selling a home, I mean, a lot of times, a lot of people, you could do it. Do you really need a realtor? I think you do. I think if you're, working on a financial plan, you need a financial planner, you need an attorney, wills and estates, and you need a strong realtor. And when we help people navigate through one of the, not only the biggest financial transactions they'll ever do, most of them, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of emotion behind moving. There's a lot of feelings and emotion and good and bad memories. Some people are moving out of pain and people are moving out of pleasure. And for us to have the opportunity to help them through that process, for me, is one of the biggest blessings ever. My son, he's 8. He'll say, "Dad, you sell a lot of homes?" I'm like, "Dad, yeah, buddy, your daddy sells a lot of homes." But the most important thing is your daddy helps a lot of people through a time in their life that can be very stressful. And that's something that I know from our conversations, is you've done a really good job with your clients over the years of helping bring them down from a high stress level to a level where they're able to really not only come through, but thrive through the whole process and really enjoy real estate can be fun, right? Selling and buying real estate can be fun.
Well, that's what I tell them too. And I've also found that my personality and the use of levity really helps decompress a whole situation. And I've used it to my advantage. Those are those God-given talents that can't be learned. So I've used my personality and my levity to help, in stressful situations. And I do tell people, because you see a lot of times first-time home buyers, they're just very nervous, And I'm like, guys, I'm not a stuffed suit or anything like that. We could have fun through this process.
Yeah.
You could joke around with me. I have thick skin, speak truth to me, whatever you need to, call me whenever you need me, if you need to talk. So as we wear a lot of hats, in this business, whether it's a psychologist, a babysitter, a bartender, you name it. So I've gotten used to that. And so like a chameleon, it's just helped me adjust to many different situations with many different types of people and so on and so forth. So it's definitely been a blessing to have, the use of those God-given tools to help me and help those through the process of buying and selling homes.
Yeah, you nailed it. Like, a lot of times you're dealing with, multiple family members who are, in the highest, not only they're managing their families and their jobs, now they're selling and buying a house, and it's like, to be able to walk them through it, it's such a blessing. And, we have the tools, obviously on the team, we built a lot of great systems over the last 11 and a half years that help our clients. But, to piggyback off that, there's a lot of great brokerages out there. You could have gone anywhere, and you chose to come to eXp. And, of course, we were the eXp, but you interviewed folks that were different brokerages. What was it about our brokerage that made you feel in a way that made you want to come over and use this platform?
Well, first and foremost, I've watched a lot of your interviews and your Facebook lives, and you talk about getting into a lot of these big rooms. Over the years, I've had the ability to be in big rooms, whether it was with a mortgage company or at a Keller Williams office or somewhere else. So I've had the ability in the coaching business and on these events to be in the big room. So I see the value in that. And eXp seems to have a lot of really big rooms to be in with, top producers that are just killing it, all over the country from the West Coast to the East Coast. Fortunately for me, coming in under Jesse, I have the opportunity to be in rooms with people on the West Coast, just like you do now, as well as people like yourself and, like the Stacey Wyatts and all those kinds of people that you brush elbows with. So to get that kind of sharing, company wide, it's great because all people want to do is at eXp is see you succeed, and everybody's willing to just share. And there's got to be something to that because, I see you post it all the time all over the country. There's just these big top agents moving over to eXp from Remax, from KW. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, there's got to be something to that. They're not just coming over here for no reason. So the ability to learn more, to help build the business through being in those big rooms, to the revenue share and the stocks. There's just a wealth of information and knowledge here, and it's just so openly shared. The internal customer service in eXp is like next level, just like with you. Since I've been onboarded, there's always somebody there to help. And there's just a sense of like, that's a great feeling because it just really feels like one big family. So to be in those big rooms, to learn from top producers, to help build my business and take it to the next level, to being on a high producing team, like yours, where there's been nothing but just support. It's been just next level. So with all of those things, it just was kind of a no-brainer. Not to mention, talking to Jesse over a period of time, and some agents come over like right away, right? And then there's those agents that it takes them, time to hear about it. And I think, with life, like anything else, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
So coming into a new market, and then thinking automatically, let me call Jesse. It just seemed to work. It finally was like, now's the time,
right.
So, and to have a mentor like him and like you, who've been doing this at a high level for years. Why wouldn't you want to, be a part of that? So,
well, you nailed it, man. It's like, being in the rooms with the right people is key. We hire coaches, we go to events, I don't know how many people watching this call have gone to see Tony Robbins. Why would you do that? Because he's great.
Right.
He's pouring into you. But one thing that a lot of agents don't know, and some of them do, but some of them really don't, I don't think get it. And not in a bad way, but like the stock, like one of the difference between our brokerage and other brokerages, we have a cap. So we have a $16,000 cap. So you don't pay any more into it unless you go to hit Icon, which you pay another $250 a transaction, up to 20 transactions. But that's not a lot of people hit Icon, probably only about, 18% of the company hits Icon. The stock and being an owner, you're an owner as soon as you close your first deal. Owners do things differently. Owners sweep the floors. Owners take out the trash. Owners want everybody in the company to do well because when they do well, the company does well. And to be in a company, like the reason Jesse and I connected was for you. And Jesse and I are both owners in this company. Jesse is not competing with me. Jesse wants me to win.
Right.
And so Jesse's like, hey, I got this great guy that I'm going to refer you to that's going to be an addition, a great addition to your team, your business, which you have been in the short time you've been here. And it's a mindset thing. You know, at other brokerages, there's franchises, and it's kind of blocky, and you may have a couple, 3 people in your market center that help you, but not to the level of this. And now, like you said, not only am I exposed to folks all over the United States, now I've got Jesse's group, who
Right.
I didn't know him before, and now we're open to that too. So the collaboration is beyond anything that I've ever seen in all the years I've done real estate. And I know that you're seeing the same thing. I mean, you met a ton of big producers when you were in the wealth building group with them. And so I just think that it's a mindset, and everybody should be in a company where they're gaining equity when they're selling houses, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know, to see people succeed is the best way to bring people in. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to, you know, tell people about it. You know, the best thing to do is just kill it, do really well, and let them see how well you're doing. And then maybe they'll be like, oh, and then on top of that, you could say, hey, you know, there's great stock options and commission structures. I mean, there's just so much to offer, you know, with this company. So it was, for me, it was just an easy transition. So.
Yeah, to be just to be able to tap into the resources of, I guess somebody said this to me the other day. Real estate is the trial and error method, right? We get in it, we learn some things, we read some books, we get in a mastermind, we try to figure it out. Like, that's all over now. Like, that's not how we do it here. It's not the trial and error. It's the, hey, here's where I am. I'm stuck. Well, how do I get to the next level? And, you know, however many people, 18, 20, 30 people come in and go, here's how we did it, you know, 3 years ago when we were at your level. Don't do this because it's going to cost you a bunch of money. Do this. And that's been probably I still can't believe it. I still pinch myself. I can't believe I'm around all these people that will help so much. So being an owner and just having a great mindset. Well, look, man, to say that we're thrilled to have you is an understatement. I mean, you know, you come from contribution from day one. We've had a great relationship in the short time we've known each other. Everybody on the team's happy you're here. We're thrilled to have you here, and we want to see you, you know, kill it in every aspect of the business. So thanks so much for your time today and coming on and sharing a little bit about your story. And let's do this again in about 12 months, 6 to 12 months, and show everybody what it's looking like to be on the Mike Price team with eXp. How's that?
Absolutely, and it's been a pleasure, and I appreciate all the warm welcome into the team from yourself and everybody on the team. So I look forward to killing it, like you said.
It's going to be we had a great business planning meeting the other day. Everybody wrote out their plan. I think it's probably my favorite part of the year. Everybody's all fired up now. So it's going to be a great year. Ron, thanks so much. Appreciate your time today, buddy. And we'll connect again soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.